And then I made Romantic Homicide, and it was so different than everything else I had made because it was actually sad. It was slow, it was sad, it was emotional.
Then I created Romantic Homicide, which was completely different from all of my other creations since it was genuinely depressing. It moved slowly. It was depressing. It was sentimental. How are you, family? After R&B singer David, who was being filmed, made a straightforward murder confession, the heat is about to get turned up. We are discussing his admission that he killed Celeste Rivas, a 15-year-old who was discovered dead in his Tesla. Even worse, everyone on his crew was aware of it. Allow me to explain this bizarre circumstance that has the music industry in a panic. Details of the murder are revealed by David's leaked confession audio. Even though she was just 15, David thought she was the ideal girl for him. Hey family, that's a video of David and the deceased 15-year-old who was reportedly abused by the musician during an outing. Let's start with the most incriminating proof, though, which has the entire internet convinced that David is guilty as accused. On September 17, 2025, the day Celeste Rivas Hernandez's remains were formally identified, the leaked unreleased demo recording, Celeste, surfaced online. This is not your typical song leak. People claim that this cat actually sang about the murder before anyone knew about it, and this confession, which lasts for 2 minutes and 47 seconds, is encased in an R&B ballad. The song itself is eerie, crafted in David's trademark low-fidelity style. However, it's the lyrics that make everyone shiver. Independent confirmation reveals that the production and vocals are in line with David's well-known style from the 2023 sessions, and the file information indicates that it was recorded at a home studio in Hollywood in December 2023. This whole situation is made even more twisted by the fact that Celeste vanished 4 months prior. The bridge of this leaked song, where David specifically names Celeste and provides facts that exactly fit the crime scene, is the most terrifying portion. I'm obsessed, but it gets worse every time I breathe in her voice as he sings, "Oh, Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest? Smell her on my clothes like cigarettes." The song then abruptly switches to an instrumental solo, as if he realized he had spoken too much. He goes on to say, "Missing you so much makes me depressed." But I'm getting off topic. Her chest-line tattoo somewhat resembles Rivas's finger tattoo, which David received a copy of in September 2024. People are particularly alarmed by the scent of her cigarettes on my clothes, as that is just what the tow yard workers stated. The Tesla, which had been sitting there for months, had a terrible rotting stench. Just last night, the office reported the victim's height as approximately 5'1", and weight as 71 pounds. According to TMZ, this individual has wavy black hair, and it appears that she has the word "esh" tattooed on her right index finger. She had apparently been sporting a black pair of leggings, a tube blouse, a metal stud earring, and a metal chain bracelet shaped like a W. To be more precise, however, TMZ claims that there is no conclusive evidence regarding age, gender, or cause of death. The Dropbox source file, purportedly exchanged with the producer in January 2024, was the first leak to appear on Xbyte. The post gained over 700 likes in a matter of hours, and it quickly became viral on SoundCloud, YouTube, and TikTok. It was frequently titled David's Murder Ballad and had amassed over 1.5 million streams on various platforms by September 18th. However, the music that was leaked is only the beginning. What actually shows that someone was planning a cover-up are the Discord messages and purported phone transcripts that came to light. From March to August of 2024, about 8 or 10 screenshots of David's pedals and his fan Discord server have been making the rounds. These communications purport to show David boasting about permanently silencing Celeste and organizing her body's disposal. The screenshot that does the most harm was taken on April 10, 2024, a few days after Celeste vanished. David allegedly wrote in a private group chat, "Celeste flipped out last night. Had to calm her permanently. Wrapped her tight in the trunk. Plastic from Amazon. Park it in Hollywood Hills. Let it sit till towed. No tickets on it yet." When someone says, "Body disposal is risky AF," David allegedly responds, "Your alibi covers me." Send $1,000 each for silence. She's gone quiet forever now, like the song. The phrase, wrapped her tight in the frunk, is chilling because that is exactly how Celeste's body was discovered. Dismembered and tightly packed in a black duffel bag in the front trunk of the Tesla, wrapped in plastic. Given that it echoes words from his popular song Romantic Homicide, the calm, forever line is being construed as David boasting about the murder. The leaked call transcripts, which purport to show David organizing the disposal plan, are even more unsettling. The chokehold detail is significant because the cause of death is still pending autopsy, but strangulation is being considered based on the condition of the remains. According to a transcript from April 11, 2024, David allegedly said, "Yo, Celeste wouldn't stop texting threats. Had to end it quick, chokehold in the car. Now she's packed. Smells already. Drive the Tesla to Hills tomorrow. Leave the keys under mat. Tow yard handles the rest. Body rots quiet." That's exactly what happened. The plan to leave the automobile in Hollywood Hills. After being towed for unpaid tickets, the Tesla was discovered there. David allegedly continued to boast about his exploits, though. According to a transcript dated July 15, 2024, he said, "Lowell, she silenced Eternal. Trunk tomb, no traces. Brag about the song, but fans are too dumb. Paid y'all to forget. Now it's my best plot twist." The reference to the song and the trunk tomb phrase reveal that he is not only a murderer, but also proud of his actions. Additionally, the evidence points to a trend of using hush money to silence others. David's representatives have referred to these leaks as malicious edits intended to discredit an innocent artist. Screenshots reveal that David sent more than $8,000 to a number of fans and associates via Venmo and Cash App with messages such as, "For the Celeste thing, stay silent, and if cops ask, you never met her. I made it look like she ran away." However, they have also not been fired by the LAPD. However, authorities are investigating this as a death. In a statement to NBC News, a representative for the singer, whose real name is David Anthony Burke, said that he has been notified of the events. He is also completely assisting the authorities, even though he is still on tour. Here, we will now discuss possible legal repercussions. However, I must admit that the musician might already be experiencing the financial repercussions. David's issue is that a lot of the information in these purported leaks matches exactly what the investigators discovered: the time, the place, the disposal technique, and even the wrapping of the body. These calls and texts contain all of it. The fact that David reportedly believed he was clever enough to use his tour as an alibi only serves to further distort the scenario. He believed that by playing in other towns when the body was found, he would be exonerated. However, it appears from these leaks that he orchestrated the entire affair months in preparation, utilizing his tour schedule to move away from the scene of the crime while the body decayed in his abandoned Tesla. Someone who believed he was untouchable due to his celebrity is demonstrated by the conceit of supposedly boasting about it in Discord, chats, and immortalizing it in a song. As murder proof spreads, the internet erupts. Everything went haywire as soon as these dumps were made public online. By September 18, 2025, hashtags such as D4vd leaks and Justice Forceless had amassed over 1.2 billion views on TikTok and X. Fans felt totally deceived by a young artist they believed to be pure, and the public's response was harsh and quick. The indignation was swift and severe. Craving Not Crushes X didn't mince words. "I'm furious because I thought he hadn't done anything. I feel so horrible about waking up to the new evidence today. I pray for Celeste's family and that she receives justice. David needs to be put down since he is ill." Thousands of posts from erstwhile followers expressing shock and disdain reflected this attitude, outlined the chronology at Lazur that has persuaded the majority of people of David's culpability. According to all the evidence, David groomed Celeste online for a considerable amount of time before abducting her at the age of 13 and killing her at the age of 15, making matters worse. Her body was in the trunk, and he was writing songs about killing her. She was discovered dead in a trunk. He gloated after doing it. Much of the public's conviction is based on the link between the lyrics of the song and the actual discovery of the crime scene. It was especially upsetting to observe the betrayal by followers happening online at the time. Savinel articulated the sentiments of many. David was undoubtedly an amphibian, but I'm not sure if he was a murderer. He began seeing the victim when she was 13 and he was 17, having known her since he was 12. His 14-year-old victim was discovered dead, and he is now 20. Celeste Rivas gets disgustingly ripped in the leaked song. The suspicions of murder and grooming conspired to produce a perfect storm of popular indignation. Using a video, a TikToker asserted that the Discord leaks demonstrate he was texting her at 12. However, not everyone was prepared to find David guilty based on purported audio recordings and screenshots that were leaked. A few supporters attempted to defend him, but the crowd soon overpowered their voices. Damage control was attempted at Cesar Louvenoy. Shut up, please. Nothing has been verified as of yet. Therefore, please conduct your study before you start spreading rumors. In the worst-case scenario, I will immediately alter the entire purpose of this account if David is proven guilty of anything. I'm against that kind of thing. The skeptics questioned the veracity of the leaks and cited David's alibi. As the creator pointed out throughout the essay, David is constantly on tour, thus someone is setting him up or creating other situations. For some proponents, this formed the cornerstone of the framed theory. As the boycott grew, romantic homicide streams fell 40%, but as individuals looked for hints in the lyrics, they increased 300%. Even when individuals are appalled by what they're eating, controversy can paradoxically increase interest, as seen by the murder bump phenomena. In the most unsettling way imaginable, the pirated Celeste song went viral. 50 million people watched TikTok videos that combined news footage of the Tesla finding with lyrics that had been leaked. One of the scariest viral moments in social media history was the bridge where David sings about Celeste being tightly wrapped while her real body was discovered wrapped in plastic. David hasn't spoken anything on social media in response to the murder accusations. He hasn't openly responded to any of the accusations, and his most recent appearance was on September 10th, which was merely a tour promotion. His team has been speaking for him instead, sending well-crafted remarks to media outlets. Through an informant, TMZ reported on their meeting with Celeste's mother. We contacted Celeste's mother, who informed us that the police had discovered that the girl had a tattoo on her right index finger that read, "Who," with 3 dots or 4 dots, and, Even before they were able to identify the girl and determine her name, they clearly had the body parts, and they released some information that said that. That was all we knew. We were informed by the mother that my daughter has a tattoo on her right index finger that said the same thing. Actually, Anakin spoke to her because she could only speak Spanish. A slightly more thorough response was sent to NBC News. Heartbroken by the loss, these rumors are a result of chance art that has been perverted into falsehoods in an attempt to help Celeste's family. Given the specifics of the leaked music and messages, the term coincidental art seemed especially tone-deaf. David's actions, not his words, may be the most telling response. Citing personal issues, he postponed gigs in San Francisco and canceled performances in Seattle on September 17th and 18. His abrupt quiet says a lot for someone whose career was based on interacting with fans on social media. This issue has given rise to 3 major theories, each of which has ardent online adherents. David's culpability of planned murder is the earliest and most widely accepted theory. Approximately 70% of online talk is dominated by this hypothesis, according to sentiment research. The timeline that places David in Los Angeles at the time Celeste vanished, the similar tattoos, the comprehensive leaks, and the uncanny song lyrics are all points of support. About 20% of Internet responses endorse the second explanation, which holds that David was set up by rivals or ardent admirers who wanted to ruin his career. Defenders raise practical concerns, such as David's tour, and cast doubt on the veracity of leaks that aren't properly watermarked or verified. They contend that the tattoo is typical and mention the possibility of deepfake technology that produced the sound. The third theory, which accounts for around 10% of Internet discussion, proposes unintentional killing during an argument. While acknowledging possible grooming, This nuanced perspective contends that the killing was not the product of cold-blooded murder, but rather of an escalating altercation followed by a hurried cover-up. Leaked communications suggest an argument in which Celeste lost her temper before to the alleged murder, according to Reddit users. Unavoidably, the case has been compared to previous celebrity scandals involving power abuse and kids. David is compared to R in numerous social media posts, Kelly emphasizing how the music industry frequently ignores young artists who exhibit troubling behavior and how celebrity might facilitate predatory behavior. There is no indication that the social media feeding frenzy sparked by the leaked material will abate. Regardless of the veracity of the leaks, they have already ruined David's career and reputation in the eyes of the public. Now, the question is whether law authorities will discover enough solid evidence to support the widely circulated charges that have already led to his online conviction. David's ascent to stardom and the grooming scandal that ruined it all. Before September 2025 turned his world into a nightmare, David Anthony Burke, better known by his stage as David, was living the American ideal. This 20-year-old indie R&B sensation was born in Queens, New York on March 28, 2005, and grew up in Houston, Texas. He had made a fortune out of his sister's closet. His ascent from bedroom producer to Billboard chart topper embodies all the positive aspects of music discovery in the digital age. However, the accusations made against Celeste Rivas expose every flaw in unbridled celebrity and access to weak admirers. In order to circumvent copyright concerns for his Fortnite YouTube montages, David started recording low-fidelity music in his sister's closet in Houston. He began posting original songs to SoundCloud in November 2021, fusing R&B, indie, and rap with a raw authenticity that appealed to Gen Z fans who were desperate for anything genuine in an industry full of produced performers. He was self-taught in production with FL Studio. Romantic Homicide, his breakthrough single from July 2022, transformed his life forever after becoming viral on TikTok. Fans believed that the lyrics, which included lines like, "I don't love you, but I still act like I do. Your heart was just too big for me. I didn't mean to make you cry. I just wanted to see you bleed." The song peaked at number 33 on the Billboard Hot 100 and received over 1 billion Spotify plays. They are currently being examined as possible confessions. High-profile releases and appearances, including as playing at Coachella and adding Feel It to Amazon's Invincible soundtrack, characterized David's 2024. Withered, his debut album, peaked at number 1 on the Billboard 200 when it was released in April 2025. He was fulfilling the dream of every budding artist. Millions of loyal fans, major label support, and sold-out globe tours. However, something even more sinister was supposedly taking place behind the scenes. The digital environments where contemporary predators stalk their prey are where David and Celeste Rivas' story starts. Celeste Rivas Hernandez was a 15-year-old Lake Elsinore, California native who wanted to become a TikTok influencer. She was 5'2" and had wavy black hair. Beginning in 2022, when she was just 12 and David was 17, she communicated with him on TikTok and his Discord server. Discord screenshots that were leaked from David's fan server, David's Pedals, reveal conversations that started in late 2022. He allegedly messaged her after she shared a TikTok cover of Romantic Homicide, using nicknames like CelesteX13 and David Homicide. Their purported relationship's development reads like a grooming case from a textbook. Flattery, maintaining secrecy, making opportunities promises, and gradually isolating oneself. By June 2023, he allegedly offered to fly you to Los Angeles when you are 13 years old. In a February 2023 message, David allegedly writes, "Hey, cutie, saw your TikTok. You got that vibe I write about. What's your age?" Celeste responds, 12, LOL, to which he responds, "Age is just a number in art. Let's collab. Keep it secret." Using Venmo payments to her buddies for quiet that are marked as art inspiration. The purported romance intensified between 2023 and 2024. Fans on the server conjectured that Celeste and David were dating by early 2024. when Celeste was 14 and David was 19. In March 2024, David allegedly said, "She's my muse." They kept it low-key because of the age vibes. Our secret, shh. Their purported relationship was symbolized by the matching tattoos. Celeste and David both got tattoos, spotted in a 2023 TikTok on her right index finger. Is inscribed after she had already vanished in September 2024. David's decision to have this tattoo months after she vanished raises the possibility of a trophy or a perverted memory. Both interpretations are unsettling. Maria Hernandez, Celeste's mother, told TMZ that in early 2024, her daughter talked about seeing Los Angeles on Snapchat with a guy named David. Celeste's disappearance is all the more terrible because the family never approved of these trips. She also mentioned having a boyfriend. Yes, exactly. That, well, she was seeing a man named David. David never really heard from the mother, as if she had never seen him. She had no idea who David was. She was aware of him. Additionally, it appeared that she had not seen her daughter since she went out with David. The last day was April 5th, 2024. The last time we saw Celeste, she was preparing to go to Lake Elsinore to see a movie with her brother Matthew. After sending a Snapchat at 7:42 p.m., her phone went offline and she never showed up, saying that you're going to LA for a great opportunity. Discord logs.